The time is 9 o'clock, and you're listening to CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick.
And now it's time for your CHMA News. We're broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, the heart of the Maritimes and the traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. Coming up in the next 15 minutes, we'll have your local news, Atlantic update, weather, sports update, and some community announcements.
I'm Mike Robar, and this is your local CHMA News. The Tantramar Primary Health Care Centre is expanding, with a new, much larger location set to open in the next 12 to 16 months. The new clinic will be located on the ground floor of the York Building, which is currently under construction at 24 York Street. The Government of New Brunswick announced the roughly 10,000 square foot site in a Facebook post last Friday, February 13th. All that extra space means more doctors, nurse practitioners, and other medical staff, which in turn means more people provided care and possibly expanded services, says Richard Lemay, Horizon's Director of Primary Care for the Moncton-Tantramar area.
So we're certainly looking to add at least a minimum of 2 more providers. We would like to at least have a minimum of 5 full-time providers in that space. I say minimum because we're still in the planning of it all. Also for allied professional, we can certainly at least add another 3 or 4 people minimum.
In this case, providers means either a doctor or a nurse practitioner, while allied professionals include the rest of the staff at the center. It's still early days for the project, so details are still in flux, but LeMay expects to have more concrete news to share as things progress and renovations begin in the York Building. At its current location, the clinic onboarded 550 patients last year and sees about 2,200 patients with its 3 providers, 2 doctors and 1 nurse practitioner. How quickly those new spots get filled will depend on recruitment, says LeMay.
So that will evolve with time, depending on recruiting. But for sure, we have people interested. We have some doctors interested already to come to Sackville.
That's good news for the community, as there are still 977 people on the wait list for a primary care provider in the region, according to NB HealthLink. And there are likely to be more joining the list in the coming years, says LeMay.
Also have to keep in mind there could be some of the providers that live in the community that will retire in the years to come. So we don't have those people unattached at the moment, but they will become unattached at one point. So we were planning with the medical leadership there and these physicians to see how can we make sure there's a smooth transition for those patients to keep care going. So that's why we need more space also to welcome new people in the community to make sure that we plan for those people that will retire at one point soon.
In an interview last April, LeMay said he hoped to have everyone off that wait list by April of this year, but he says now that is no longer the case.
I don't think it will happen for April because we had a bit of a change in our capacity with providers. There was movement, people that changed jobs, people that had unexpected leave. So it created a bit of a gap in access and onboarding new patients. So we won't be able to onboard like 900 patients within the next 2 months for sure. But we're still onboarding new patients every week. So we're looking to our capacity to be up where it should be soon. So probably in the fall, we'll be back where we were.
Still, he is thankful for the ongoing support and collaboration of the community, he says.
Yeah, I think it feels great in a sense that we will be able to help people that need help. So really, it feels great in that sense that we get support from the community, support from government, support from everybody. But mostly, what I'm happy about is being able to give access to anybody that needs access to primary health care that doesn't have it now. And even also collaborate with the other physicians that are in the community, not really attached to the site, and see how we can help more people. So I'm very, very happy that we can do it mostly for the patients of Sackville and Tantramar.
As always, head to chmafm.com to follow this and other stories from your community. And if you have any news tips or ideas, email news@chmafm.com. I'm Mike Robar with your local CHMA News from Tantramar.
And here is your CHMA Atlantic update. For Thursday, November the 19th, the New Brunswick Museum is halfway to reaching its capital funding goal for a revamped building in St. John. The campaign has secured $19.5 million in pledges and public commitments towards its goal of $35 million. Work to restore the original building, which opened in 1934, began in August 2024, and the refurbished building is expected to open in 2028. The New Brunswick government previously announced $58 million for the project, while the federal government has confirmed $50 million. And the city of Bathurst in northern New Brunswick and the provincial government have agreed to develop a 30-unit transitional housing project on land once owned by Smirnoff Stone Mill. The province's housing corporation says it will contribute $1 million towards the project. A ministerial task force secured $7.4 million in government funding last fall, which was offered to community partners for projects aimed at helping people transition from life on the streets to safe places to live. And Halifax police are looking for a suspect after 2 people were allegedly threatened with a firearm yesterday morning. Investigators believe the incident was not random and say the suspect fled into a home on Kelly Street. One man sustained minor injuries for the altercation and was treated at the scene by paramedics. Police say an emergency response team was unable to find the suspect or a firearm. And Nova Scotia is moving forward with a plan to establish a specialized menopause clinic. The health department says the clinic will be dedicated to managing symptoms related to perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. The clinic is expected to open next winter. The province is now looking for a place to put the clinic. Police in Western Newfoundland are investigating a case of a cat with a gunshot wound that was dropped off at a veterinarian's office. Bay St. George RCMP say the cat is receiving treatment in St. John's. Police say the person who brought in the animal did not provide their contact information, but they said that the cat had been found in the West Bay area, just west of Stephenville. And finally, police in Charlottetown say 5 people were arrested after weapons and drugs were seized during the search of a home in mid-February. Investigators say the police involved and the people involved. Investigators say the people involved are allegedly connected to the sale of illegal drugs and that 34 charges have been laid. Cocaine, crack cocaine, ecstasy, oxycodone, and dried cannabis were some of the drugs seized, along with a shotgun, revolver, ammunition, and $39,000 in cash. A 25-year-old and a 24-year-old are facing multiple drug and weapons charges. And that is your CHMA Atlantic update for Thursday, November the 19th.
Hi, my name is Krista, and you're listening to CHMA.
Then let's cruise over to Environment Canada, see what the weather is for today, and let you know. It's looking like it is going to be clearing this morning. Wind up to 15 kilometers an hour, high +4, wind chill -11 in the morning. Clear on Thursday night. Fog patches developing near midnight and dissipating before morning. Wind is up to 15 kilometers an hour, low of -5. Wind chill near -10. For Friday, February the 20th, sunny with a high of -3. Clear on Friday night, low of -16. For Saturday the 21st, sunny with a high of -2. Saturday night, cloudy with a 60% chance of flurries and a low of -6. Cloudy on Sunday with a high of -3. And Sunday night, cloudy periods with a low of -13. A mix of sun and cloud with a 30% chance of flurries on Monday and a high of -5. And on Monday night, cloudy with a 60% chance of flurries and a low of -10.
Hey, this is Linda Michaud from Weldon Street, and you're listening to CHMA.
And here's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update.
Today, we're keeping all the news on the frozen water. Yeah, it's the ice at the Olympics that's the main topic of conversation. Yesterday, quarterfinal action at the Olympic men's hockey tournament saw Slovakia beat Germany 6-2. Canada come back a couple times to finally win in overtime thanks to Mitch Marner's OT winner. They beat Chechnya 4-3. Finland comes back to defeat the Switzerland squad, a 3-2 final there, also in overtime. And in overtime, it was the United States of America coming back against Sweden, a 2-1 final there, meaning near semifinals. We'll see the Canadians face off against the Finnish team and the USA play Slovakia. Speaking of big games, it's today where the Swiss squad faces off Sweden for the bronze medal and the gold medal game. Canada, US. Puck drop is at 2 p.m. at Atlantic time. Other victories yesterday included the 500-meter speed skating another gold medal for Canada. Incredible performance this time. That was won by none other than Stephen Dubois of Quebec. He beats his two Dutch counterparts. They came in second and third. But Dubois gets the gold, and it's another medal for Courtney Searle of Moncton, New Brunswick. She was part of the 3,000-meter relay team who had won bronze earlier in the day. And finally, over this past weekend, congratulations goes to the Sackville Curling Club's finalists, Team Butcher. Those women competed in the Provincial Masters curling competition and came home as finalists. So there you have it. That is your CHMA Sports Update.
And that's Brian Nielsen with your CHMA Sports Update. Please be sure to check out Brian's show on Mondays at 8:30 a.m. for more sports commentary. Okay, moving into the fourth section of the CHMA news, late morning news. We're going to do the social media community check, see what's going on and around. No updates just yesterday from the municipality, but as we said yesterday, they are currently accepting applications for the positions of Manager of Administrative Support Clerk and the Assistant Clerk. The deadline application for both those, February 27th, coming up just next week. And you get more information at tantramar.nb.com. And they also have a position open for a crosswalk guard to help keep pedestrians, especially children, safe at local crossings. Also, more information at tantramar.nb.com. And they have a post about fire prevention bylaw review and update that's been much talked about on social media. They clarify just what it means, and it is a bit lengthy, so I'm not going to get into it right now, but I'll just get off the top by saying the municipality of Tantramar is acknowledging recent community feedback regarding the proposed fire prevention bylaw. Residents have expressed thoughtful questions about how updated regulations may influence day-to-day activities. Tantramar recognizes the importance of providing clear information as the process moves forward. So you can get that information at tantramar.nb.com and see how they replied to that. And besides that, they give, just getting the word out there some more, that Horizons Tantramar Primary Healthcare Center will be moving into that new building that is being constructed, the York building down on York Street, where Bloom's Flower Shop used to be located, 24 York to be exact. Okay, and let's run over to the CHMA community calendar and let's see what's going on. It's Thursday, so we got a Film Society coming up. This is a big one. This is Marty Supreme. Lots of awards and all that kind of stuff. Probably the most talked about film of last year. So you should check it out in the theater. Come early, socialize. No membership is necessary. And that is over at the Amherst Theater, Amherst, Nova Scotia, downtown. This is a great experience. Go check it out. And especially if you're a fan of Fran Drescher. Absolutely incredible performance from Fran. Let's see is there something else I can let you know about from the community calendar at chmafm.com. Don McNutt, Timeless Forms, still on at the Owens. It is Thursday, so it's also a winter break, so I guess not a lot of community announcements updated to the calendar. Committee of the Whole meeting coming up February 23rd. Double check that one. I got to double check that one myself. And there is a night of classic cinema coming up on the Friday the 27th, next Friday, called The Trial at the Owens Art Gallery, based on the Franz Kafka novel. That'll be fun to see. That's an Orson Welles film. So that's next Friday, the following Friday. All right, folks, that is your community update for today. Let's move along and get into some music.
Hi, my name is Sejong, and you're listening to CHMA.
Hey folks, the Duckies Trivia is now back, starting every other Thursday from 7 p.m. So bring your smartest and funniest friends for a chance to win bragging rights plus prizes for both the winning team and the best team name. So folks, do not miss out on this opportunity and pull up with your crew and enjoy a classic night at Duckies. Hey folks, if you're looking for a way to spend your Saturdays, Duckies is hosting open mic night every other Saturday from 4 to 7 p.m. Bring your acoustic music, poetry, comedy, or whatever creative spark you've got and take the stage or just sit back and soak up the vibes with your friends. That's open mic night at Duckies, celebrating local voices and good energy. See you there.
And that was your CHMA News. Please visit www.chmafm.com for more news and to sign up for our email newsletter. Funding is provided by our monthly sustainers, the Community Radio Fund of Canada, and the Municipality of Tantramara's Community Development Grant. If you have a story idea or would like to include an announcement, please write us at news@chmafm.com. Here at CHMA, we're very happy to introduce the CHMA Atlantic Update, news from the Canadian press delivered directly to you weekdays at 8 a.m., 12 and 5 p.m. by your very own CHMA host. These are the most recent stories from trusted journalists and news agencies across the Atlantic provinces, updated daily. Again, that is 8 a.m., 12 and 5 p.m. weekdays. Ding. All right, let's get some music going now. I believe Alice Bro maybe it's a French artist, but I'm not exactly sure where. And I hate to say it, but I think it's Quebec, but I could be wrong about that. Yeah, we've had this track in rotation. It just got released in December, on December 12th specifically, and it's been a big joy. It's out on Coyote Records. This is Blonde et Passant from Alice Bro.
Puis en plus de ça, j'ai les cheveux châtains. J'suis déjà coincé dans un grand monde d'hommes. Pourquoi donc j'en voudrais sur mon chemin? J'suis peut-être en train de parler d'amour, mais les comptes à rendre sont toujours bruyants. J'ai des reproches dans la tête à chaque jour, puis j'essaye de les faire fuir avec le temps. Si je m'en vais, si je reviens, si je repars en même temps, entre mes mains y'a des jours qui s'attristent trop souvent. Si les torts pis les vices nous font câlisser le camp, c'est pas moi qui l'a dit, c'est l'histoire des amants. Je serai pas la blonde à personne, pis en plus de ça, j'ai les cheveux châtains. J'suis déjà coincé dans un grand monde d'hommes. Pourquoi donc j'en voudrais sur mon chemin? Quand la romance passe par chez nous, j'y prépare un café aux arômes décevants, puis attirer ses jambes à son cou. Les meilleurs des souvenirs, c'est ceux qui se font la cour. Oh, le monde parle tout le temps, comme s'il fallait bien se compléter. C'est peut-être bien bon pour certains gens. Moi, j'ai pas besoin de personne pour être en entier. Si je m'en vais, si je reviens, si je repars en même temps, entre mes mains y'a des jours qui s'attristent trop souvent. Si les torts pis les vices nous font câlisser le camp, j'ai perdu mon charisme sous le parfum de l'engagement. Je serai pas la blonde à personne, pis en plus de ça, j'ai les cheveux châtains. J'suis déjà coincé dans un grand monde d'hommes. Pourquoi donc j'en voudrais sur mon chemin? can't tell you, there's no words enough. All of the ways that I love. Sometimes it rains, sometimes it floods, sometimes it changes us. And when it changes us,
Hey, this is Noor, and you're listening to CHMA 106.9 FM in Sackville, New Brunswick.
If you're tired, baby, I can drive. Let's make it a point of staying alive. Open up another tangerine. And the skin was dirty, but the fruit was clean. Wanna love you, wanna get it right. Holding you close on the edge of the knife. Wanna feel the way we did that night, when the moon was heavy and the world was alight. Spend a minute with me out of time. Where nothing is yours and nothing is mine. Your dream is by the swimming pool, when the water was warm and your skin was cool. And the harder that I try to hold on what I've been and what I've seen and what I know, and the way I think that it's but alone.